It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso on SABC3. And for this year's Youth Day, My School and Woolworths, they teamed up with MOTSA to help raise funds to sponsor 50 young men to attend a youth leadership and life skills training camp. Expresso was lucky enough to attend the event and to meet some of the young men and to hear South African comedian, actor and author Nick Rabinovitz speak from the heart about his experience as a father.
As young South African males, we're in the constant search for aspiration, inspiration and motivation that will allow us to build ourselves so that we can be the pillars of strength that our society needs. And today at the Young MOTivators camp, Woolworths, MySchool and MOTSA are offering a life-changing experience for 40 young men.
The Young MOTivators Colleges camp focuses on personal leadership development. It's about young men becoming active citizens and realizing their value to others.
Julia, so MOT South Africa specializes in life skills and development skills for young people, but this particular gathering is focused on young men. Now tell me why that's important to MOT.
So MOT is actually a Norwegian word and it stands for courage. So as we speak about courage, we're trying to build courageous, resilient, strong young men in our society. And August is actually Women's Month and a lot of people are trying to figure out, so why are we focusing on the men? But the men have an extremely crucial role in society where they're actually looking after our young ladies and our women as their mothers and their daughters. So it's important that they understand that they show courage and they feel that courage to take up that role in society.
How did you come to deciding on the 50 young men that are here?
So these young men are already role models at our TVET colleges in the Western Cape. They are between the ages of 18 and 25 years old, and they are building inclusive cultures at their TVET colleges. They are the young men that are standing out of the crowd, and they are assisting the young men to grow up and to be really conscious of their role in the class, their role in society, and they have come back and they are helping MOT build what we call an inclusive culture.
And what can these guys expect from these sessions, and what's the end goal that you as an organization are hoping to achieve?
So we are hoping to achieve what their expectations are. And the expectations are, what I've spoken to them, they feel that they want better communication skills. They want to understand, okay, what is my role as a man in society? We actually asked them yesterday, how many have fathers? 90% of these 50 young men said they don't have role models that are father figures or don't even have fathers in their households. For us as MOT, we'd like to empower these young men with the necessary life skills to develop conscious choices and conscious thinking so that they can go out there and be positive role models, to be the leaders, to be the change in society. So that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to empower these young men with courage.
We had a belief that man is a person who's always strong, who doesn't cry, and is a person who must always protect people. But sometimes a man also need a strength, some kind of strength somewhere. So camps like this can prove to us that we really actually need a bit of strength as well. We need our own time that we find us, that we can change the world.
Ilian, My School is no stranger to supporting fantastic and inspiring causes, especially those that promote education and social development. And so for Youth Day this year, My School collaborated with Woolworths to support an organization that is focused particularly on young men, which is something that makes me very happy. Tell me about what motivated that.
Both Youth Day and Father's Day have got such great significance for us. And when you consider the crucial role that father figures play in developing young people, and especially young men, we realized that this would be a very unique opportunity for us to create an event for young men to challenge them to step up to becoming father figures in their communities, to become role models. So during June, we challenged South Africans to swipe their MySchool card every time they shop at Woolies. And every time we would give extra on their behalf.
How can My School supporters continue to help MOT South Africa do their wonderful work?
So if you don't have a MySchool card yet, please sign up. It's as easy as filling in a form at a store, signing up online, or just download the app and get a virtual card. Every time you swipe, we'll give back on your behalf. It's so simple, but it's so effective.
Guest speaker for the Young MOTivators camp, South African comedian, actor and author Nick Rabinovitz spoke of his experience as a dad and shared his insights.
Nick, you're a father of 3 kids and you're a man who is respected in the public eye and admired by so many. What message do you have for these young gentlemen today, and how do you plan on getting that message across to them?
I don't really know what the message is yet. I know what the jokes are. So I guess the message is something about, life isn't about discovering yourself, it's about creating yourself. And how do you do that in the absence of a father? I think it's a very interesting and challenging question, and that's the most serious I've been in the last 10 years.
What does it mean to you to be a father to your children?
Being a father of integrity and keeping my agreements and my word to them, and being loving, but also being challenging when it's required. Who am I going to be for them, that they then get to model that in the world? Because that's what we do as children. We model the parenting that we get, whether it's good or bad or works or doesn't work. We copy that stuff.
And given where we are as a South African society, how do you see the role of men playing out?
You know, there's such a focus on destructive masculine behavior. And I guess it's tough in communities where there's peer pressure to be a certain way, and for you to go, no, that actually is inconsistent with what I believe in, who I am and my values. And that sometimes has some real consequences in difficult communities.
There's a lot of, in society, there's a lot of things that said, oh, this way is the better way to be a man. But I would say to guys out there, question that. Question it, what it is to be a man. Question what it is to be a future father to your kids that you're going to have. Because there's a lot of role models out there, but you want to choose for yourself and what's the best for that. And just being an encourager to other men and carry alongside those guys.
I would say now it's time to break the silence. I mean, we know that you're men, and everyone can prove that. But it takes a real man to become actually a man within you. So you must utilize the opportunities and make sure that you change the world by being the real man.
Together, MySchool and Woolworths encourage you to get on board and support MOTSA to help shape and inspire our young men and women to create a better South Africa.
Now, if you don't have a MySchool card yet, you can download the free MySchool app that's for your virtual card today and help raise funds towards MOTSA's next leadership camp, or you can get a MySchool card at any Woolworths store.